Hi everyone. Good evening. Am I audible? Can you please confirm in the chat box?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay, thank you. So I hope, I guess 22 people had joined them now. Can we continue or still wait for 2 to 3 minutes? Okay, sure. I guess everyone wants to continue, right? Okay. So, hello everyone. I guess everyone has the idea that what we are exactly going to do here. So let's start first by introducing myself. So myself, Bhagishri Chaudhary. I had worked as the junior data scientist in the Cyber Infotech, and right now I had joined as the SD1 ML engineer in the One Lab venture company in the Pune. I had approximately 1.5 to 2 years of experience, and I'm a certified data scientist. Along with that, I'm a B computer professional engineer, and that's it. I guess you all are from the archaeological background. That's what I got the idea from. And I guess in the yesterday's lecture, Umesh had already cleared about everything that we are going to do. So today, it's just a starting, like what kind of the softwares we use and how to do the installation and setup for the softwares. They are not much kind of the complex softwares that we used into the AI, because AI is less the kind of the coding thing and more the kind of the implementation thing that I can say. So I guess let's start. Let me share the screen first. I hope the screen is visible to everyone. Okay, so as we know what we are doing here exactly, so can anyone give me a little bit of idea in the chat box, like what kind of the idea you have that what is your AI exactly according to you people? Anyone can give the idea. I can see the chats. Anyone can answer in the chat. I guess anyone can answer. Give it in the chat box. I can see that. I can see your response, guys. What, according to you, is the idea? What is the AI exactly, according to you? As there are lots of application tools, softwares that we are using right now. So, what kind of the things that you are using at the present in AI? Okay. So, I guess everyone needs to inform me. Okay. So, let's continue. Okay, so first of all, we should know like what is AI. Okay, guys. So AI is a kind of a thing that we want our machines to perform and interact with the human beings in the way of the human interact with the human. So it consists of the various types. It is related to the picturization, visualization, text processing, image processing, everything. So, right now, the common examples we are observing around ourselves is in e commerce, education, navigation, lifestyle. I know that everyone must have you can say, migration apps and the traveling apps in their phone, like Ola, Uber, and everything. How can we connect to the driver and how they reach to us using the map? It's all consists of the AI. So it's everything. There's a AI in the shopping sites also. If you can see the websites like Mantra, Flipkart, Amazon's, and everything, there is one. There are many kind of the you can say systems they had provided to us, including the sound and the image. The new update that they had given us in the previous year, about 7 months or 6 months ago, was the searching with the help of the images. Like we have to give just the image, like what kind of the dress or any appliance we want, and they can show us the result related to that. So that is also the AI. Also the other thing, if you had observed that if you searched anything related to the cloth on any single of a website, or even write a single word related to a dress or something on the Google, you will get the recommendations for it. So it's also kind of a UI, sorry, you can say AI. So there is no part we can say in our lives which is not connecting to the AI. In every domain there it is, from agriculture to the education. Also, in the education system, a revolution is coming related to automating the process of the students' examination thing. I myself had worked on a system in the education system where the AI will create the exam paper related to the result of a student. And on the basis of that, the next exam will be generated through AI and it will be evaluated by the AI itself, not by the human. So these kind of the revolutions are going on in the every field. In the case of the agriculture also, there are kind of revolutions that are coming related to testing the fertility of the soil, and then predicting like what kind of the more you can say requirements and improvement that the farmers are needing to improve their crops. And once the crops get harvested, what kind of the quality that the grains had possessed, depending on the picturization. So AI deals in everything related to the pictures to music, from navigation, maps, text, from everything. On the you can also see nowadays on website there is a one small chat corner on every website in the bottom right corner of the screen, where it shows like uh, you can say ask any question, do you need any help, kind of things. So that's it's a kind of a chatbots, conversational bots that the system had made. One of the major revolution and the most hot topic you can say in the AI, that is the chat GPT. I hope everyone knows that. ChatGPT 3, ChatGPT 3.5, or ChatGPT 4.0. After that, Bard had came. So these are the many tools that we all heard. Every day there is some news related to the okay, these changes are made into the AI. This model had updated, a new model had come. Today itself, Google had launched one new model related to the picture and the photos, which then can create the motion into your still photos. That is the Lumetri model that they had introduced today. So these kind of things are coming into the existence. So the thing that we are going here to do is implementing this AI into the archaeological domain, that our aim should be. And of course, our aim is. So in the AI, we here are dealing with the most kind of the things with the pictures, text, or the text, pictures kind of labeled, unlabeled. You guys have more idea than me, like what kind of the pictures and data you have. But till now, what information I had gathered, according to the your domain, that there will be some applications of yours related to the pottery and the you can say the tree patterns and the wood patterns. So these are the kind of the things that we deal in the deep learning that works on the images part. So, okay, so I hope you guys are not getting bored. If there is any kind of a query or any question you can ask, you can just put into the chat box. I can answer your questions right now. Okay. So, here, the first, as it is our first day, so we will start with some requirement and the softwares that you guys will be needed in the whole course that will be helpful for you all to implement. So various kind of the softwares that we used here are mostly the Visual Studio Code. We can use PyCharm, Google Colab, Jupyter, Spider. I know that none of you, or I can say minimum 95% of you people don't know about this thing of IDs or software, but there will be no issue. We will get through it. So the language we here used in the computer language that we are using the Python and R. So basically, R will be helpful in our graphical and statistical reports creation and observation thing. And Python will be helpful for you all the guys for understanding of the models, the codes, and everything. One good thing in the AI is here is less working on the code part and more working on the implementation and the improvement part. So if any of you are scared of the coding part, so you shouldn't be, because there is not much kind of the coding. But yes, there is a very minimal and the basic kind of the coding understanding that you all guys should have. And I hope our experts will make you comfortable with that. So we are working here on the Python first. So Python works on various kind of the IDs. So first is, what is the ID? ID is a kind of, you can say, a software or an environment which is given to us in which we do the code and implement them and run them and test them. So here are the various code which use the Python, like PyCharm, Jupyter, Google Colab, VS Code, Spiders, so many kind of the things. But here we can deal only with the Google Colab notebooks and the VS Code. In the Google Colab notebooks, you can get the prompt result, any model you want to try, anything, just even of the two line of the code, you can implement very easily and check the result in the Google Colab. For the VS Code, we can use it in the development phase when you will undergo for the working of the development of the website kind of the application. For that thing, we can use the VS Code, but you can also implement the ML and small DS codes in the VS. But Google Colab is the best platform for that kind of the things. Once you will get the whole understanding of that code, you can directly shift the whole code into the VS Code, then it will not be the issue. So this is the general introduction of the softwares that we will use. And here are some links that I had also provided into the slides for your reference for the downloading purpose, for go-to purpose. I will now like teach you like how to download the software, from where you can download it, and how to set up into your system. But here are also the reference links that I am providing you. Here you can go direct to these links, and from there you can directly use that softwares, download it, do the setup, and use them. Okay, so let's start with the first thing, that is the VS Code downloadation. Okay, so once you will click on that link, you will go to this kind of the web page. So this kind of a web page is a platform which provides the downloadation files for different kind of the softwares. So according to your requirement, you can download it. If you have Mac, you can download this Mac option. If you have Linux, then you can download the deb file or RPM file. If you have Windows, you can download this Windows. Okay, so someone is asking me that what's the requirement of computer, like storage and RAM. So, okay, we are using a very less kind of the hard functioning softwares. So there is not of the high computation we can need. It can be only 64 by 32 bit will work. 512 GB storage and 32 GB will also can work. 512 GB RAM will also be uh, okay. There will be no type of the high computation work we are using. So it will be enough to using 512 GB RAM, 64 by 32 bit processor, and everything. Like the normal softwares and the normal system that we are having. Yeah. So side by side, if anyone wants to try it, do with me, do the installation with me, want to try it to clear your queries, can also proceed that. Otherwise, I hope Umesh, I hope this session is getting downloaded. So you can also watch it again later. Yeah, guys. So I hope let's start with the installation on the Windows system. I had the Windows system, so I will start the installation for the Windows. If any of you has Dev or RPM system, I will suggest you to shift to the Windows because for non-tech professionals, it will be very much difficult to handle the Ubuntu systems. They are handled only when we require a huge core developer work. Even the developing work is also not 100% shifted to the Ubuntu. Yes, yes, everything, every slides and every presentation will be uploaded to the Google Drive and the link will be shared with you all. In that, you can get the reference links or anything. Also, you can ask anything into the group. Also, I will provide you the all solution for all your queries. Okay. Yeah, so let's start the installation for the VS Code. Once you will go to this page, just click on this icon. I am clicking onto the Windows. It will redirect you onto this page, and you can see here that downloading is started for the VS Code setup. Okay, so these are the exe files that will be downloaded into your system once you will click on that Windows icon. So it is get downloaded. It will hardly take 2 minutes, depends upon the speed of your internet. And also, if there is any problem related to the installation, here is the perfect documentation provided, like how to download, how to not download, what are the steps, and how to proceed. Okay, so if there is any confusion, you can refer to docs. But as I'm giving you the practical, there won't be any issue. But still, if there is, you can refer to the doc. So here the file is downloaded. We can go to the folder where this file is located. Okay, so this file is go to my download folder. Here I will double click on it and it will prompt a window in front of me like it is detecting like my code is already running because I had already installed into my system already. So once I will click on it, it will ask you for acceptance of the license agreement. Okay, so you have to accept the agreement and then proceed to the next. After that, you don't have to touch any kind of the option here and just proceed to the next. And then you have to put the installation icon here. So the installation is happening here. It will get installed into the specified folder that by default your system had done. By default, in every system, it is the C folder, that is the setup folder. Every kind of the software and the installation software goes there related to the development thing. Once it will be installed, it will ask you like, do you want to launch this app right now or just finish it? So I had put here the right tick, like I want to launch this app. So once I will click onto the finish, it will prompt me this software. So you can see here, this is the VS Studio Code. So VS Studio Code, in VS Studio Code, we can run any type of code of any type of extension like R, Python, any kind of the thing. We are using this for our Python purpose. In this, if you, this is called the terminal. Once you will click onto this new terminal, this kind of a thing is a terminal in which we write the commands to run the file. I hope you all are getting. If there is any query or any question regarding till now, you can ask me in the chat box. You can put the question. Okay, so I hope that no one has any issue till now. Okay, so we can proceed. So, if we want to use the if we want to use the Python language into the VS Code, so we have to attach the Python language with this VS Code software. So, for that, our next step is to download the Python. So, let's go back to our slide where we have the reference link for the Python download. So once when you will click onto that link, you will redirect to this page. In this, you have to click on this download Python option. Okay. So once you will click onto this download Python option, it will get downloaded into the same folder which has downloaded the VS Code in it. Okay. So once it will also take hardly 1 to 1.5 minutes for download. It will also look like this. The download is completed. Let me show you here. So see the Python file is getting downloaded here also. It will also be reflected into the folder where our VS Code is getting downloaded. See here, it is came here. You don't have to click on this or anything. Once you will get this file downloaded, go to the VS Studio Code. Okay. Make any file. So one thing that is required here is we have to attach the Python with our VS Code. For that, we have to set the extension here. Yes, it is Python 3.12.1. This is the latest version of Python that released till now. The Python versions get updated in 1 month, 2 month, 3 month. You don't have to worry about that because in every version there is some compatible documentation that comes with it. But less than 2 years, there is not much updation in any kind of the versions in the Python. There is just some kind of the tools they had added extra or some libraries they had added extra. In case if you want to use any library that is updated into the new version and is not in your the present version, that will be come as an error when you will run the code, and you will get to know that this library is not present into your recent version, and then you can update the version. But if or until that issue won't come, you don't have to update the version of the Python. It is working fine. And according to my knowledge, the every version after 3.8 and you can say 3.9 is compatible with any kind of the library. So in any case, if there is any updation related to the Python version, guys, don't worry about it. Just continue with the version that you had installed, right? Okay. So when we go here, you can make one file here. Okay. So if I say here like new file, its name is a test, and it will ask you like where to save that file. Choose any option where you want to save it. Make any folder. I'm saving it to desktop and I'm saving the create file. Okay. So this file is created. But now the thing is, still we didn't attach the Python language with it. So what will happen? Here is the extension file that will come with it. When you will make the file, here is come the option of adding the extension, like select the language mode. Here I had already installed the Python language in my system. So it is already coming here as Python. You can see here it is coming as Python. But when you will click into this, you will get every language that is present or we can add with our VS Code. So VS Code has the functionality of auto detecting the languages. Once you will get the downloaded file into your system, it will auto detect as Python and it will take it as the Python interpreter. So here it has auto detected mine in my system. It has auto detected as Python. Okay. So another kind of thing is to set the interpreter. If you are not getting this Python language option, you will get this interpreter option. In here, you will get the list of the Python versions that you had in your system. So I had 3.11.5, 3.12.1, and 3.12.1 that has recently I had downloaded. So it is recommending me this one. In your system, it will be only interpreter path, use Python, and these three options will come because you will be using this first time. So only click into this and your language will be attached with the VS Code. I hope you all are getting the point. Once this session will be over, try to install it, do the installation, try to like combine the language with the VS Code. If still you have any queries, you can put it into the group. Or after this, when you will have start the session for the basic Python, again everything will be repeated. Then also you will get the idea. But this is the separate session for just kind of what softwares we are using and how we are using this. Okay. So don't worry about the any problem that you will face. It will be solved. Okay. So after this, you will attach the Python extension with the VS Code. You are good to go. The only important thing after this is if any file you are making and you want to run it using the Python, just make sure it should be saved with the extension .py. Like if after attaching the interpreter, I am making a new file and here I am giving the name as test. Don't put it as only test. Put it as test.py. Py is the extension for the Python language. If your file is not saved with py extension, it won't be run because every language has different extension. For C, it is .c. For Python, it is .py. Okay, Sneha, you are not able to download the VS Code. Are you using the Windows or Linux? Yes, Neha, once I will be get completed with this, just this one point, I will get back to you. Okay? Yeah, the direct downloaded links will be provided in the PPT. Yes. So here is the file that we had done with the help of the extension.py. So anything that we can write here can run in the Python code. Like example, if I'm writing here, print, so you have to run this file. So there are two ways of running the code or this present file. First way is by clicking on this triangle that is given on the top right corner. But the best way of running the file is through the terminal. This is the terminal. Here every result will be shown. And for this, you have to write the command Python and file name. Okay, so it is not saved into our directory, so it is giving the error, but once it will get saved into a directory, it will resolve the error. You can get everything related to the running the file, saving into the directory is you can say many more steps are including. So for this, you can get to know when you will start on working on the basic Python coding thing, because right now creating a directory and putting the file into it is a long process. You guys will get confused. So till now, your aim should be downloading the VS Code and integrating the Python in it. Okay, so this will be the aim. for this thing. Not running any kind of the PY file or any file. You don't have to run any kind of file. Just install the VS Code into your system and integrate the pattern in it with it, guys. Okay. Yeah. So our next thing is Google Colab. Okay. So wait a minute. Someone is saying like not able to download the Python. Okay, so what will be happen? We will be sharing this PPT with you guys on the drive, and you will redirect, go to those links which are provided into the PPT. They will redirect to the exactly on that page that has those softwares. So it will be much more helpful to you all rather than searching on the Google and getting the installation, because many times many kind of the corrupt files will be there. So it will be very difficult for you to understand. Sometimes it will also, you can say, the break the system of your computers. So don't do that. I will provide this PPT with you all guys for the links. These all are the reference original links, and you can go to that links and download the softwares. If still there is any issue, you all can follow the documentation of it. The documentation of every software installation is provided on every website of those. Okay. And still, if there will be any issue, you can do the message into the groups that will be created, or in the session of the learning of basic Python. In that, you will again get to know how to install everything, how to do the extension, and how to run the files. Let's see. Okay. If you want these links into the chat, I can provide it. I will provide it into the chat in the last 5 minutes, okay? Because the you can see the streaming will be delayed a bit, okay? So our next thing is Google Colab. So this is the most easiest software, I guess you all will get to know about. Okay. So Google Colab is not a very kind of a difficult software you can like manage or used to do. So here what we will do, we will go to this link. It will redirect to this page. Like open notebook, Google Collaboratory, welcome to the Google Collaboratory. So you have to like cancel. Here you have first have to log in with your mail ID with the Google. Ensure that you are logged in into the Google with the help of your mail ID. And once when you will go to this link, it will redirect you to the page like this. Here you will get the your Gmail ID. If there will be no login from your side and you are going directly to this Google Colab link, you will get a option here like sign in. Then you have to click on that option. Let me show you that also. So this is the case. When you are not logged into the Google account, or you are not logged into the any kind of your Gmail account, when you will go to that link, it will come as a sign in. Because what happened when you use this Google Colab platform, every notebook, the files here created are called as the notebooks. So every notebook that will be created will be saved directly into your drive. So if you want to access that file in future, you can directly use it with the help of your drive. So you first have to sign in here with your account. And once you will get to sign in, you will go redirect to the page like this. Okay. So these are the cells that we used for the running of the code. Here you don't have to write a full code and then check like whether it is working or not. Here are multiple cells you will be provided and you can run every and each single cell on your own. If I can say I have to create a new notebook here, click on a new notebook. You will be redirecting to a page like this. Okay, guys. So here, this is the Google Colab platform. Here you do not have to do any Python installation, any kind of the thing that we have to do in the VS Code. You just directly put the line of code here and enter onto this circle containing the triangle and it will run the cell for you. For example, in the VS Code, we were trying to execute the command of the print. There, they were asking for the location of a file and the directory thing, but it is more easier in this the collab. Like if here I write like print hello and if I just execute it, you have to click on this circle to execute this cell. Okay, so here you can say it is connecting your system with the Google Colab. Okay, so it is executing. So see, we had get the result as hello. These all are the Python commands to print everything and all. Again, I'm saying you like you will get to know everything and what are the commands when you will learn the Python thing. So, for our purpose, in our case also, when we had to try some models on the temporary basis or want to do the research from the starting, we use the Google Colab notebooks. We put the 5, 6, 50 lines of code here and execute it and see the result. When the results were good and it are for as our expectations, then we shift the code from here to the VS Code. But if in the case of you guys, you don't have to use the VS Code at this time, you all can continue with the Google Colab. Okay, so this is the Google Colab. And the second point that I want to tell you everyone is this file will be saved into my drive. And for that, I have to, and for that thing also, if this file will be saved into my drive, and on tomorrow I want to access this file. If I will rename it as test, and I want to access this file tomorrow or day after tomorrow, anytime, then I have to first mount my drive into the Google Colab. So what will happen? This Google Colab will be attached with your drive and you can put any file from that drive into this notebook and use it. This will also be made will be made more clear with you guys when the Python session will start. Okay. So this is related to the Google Colab. Is there any kind of the issue that you guys don't understand other than you can say login or opening the software? Anything related to the Google Colab, you guys have any query? I guess not. So, okay. Okay. So our next thing is the downloading of the R language. Okay, so once you will redirect to the link, it will open the window of this R project for statistical computing in front of you all guys. Here you can see this download option, see ran on the left top corner. So click onto this. It will redirect to this page of the CRAN mirrors. Here they have the different kind of the software according to the different countries, but there is one software which can handle any type of the country extension, any kind of the software and library installation. That is this O Cloud. You have to click on this option of O Cloud. So once you will click onto that O cloud, you will redirect to this page, Comprehensive R Archive Network. Here I am using the Windows, so I will click onto this download R for Windows. Once you will click onto that option, you will go to this next window that is R for Windows. Here we have to download the base version. Click onto this install R for the first time. And after this, the R version will be came like R 4.3.2 for Windows. When you will click on it, it will start downloading this R version. Okay, so approximately it will also take 1 to 2 minutes depending upon the speed of the internet. Once you will click on to that folder, it will redirect to the folder where the software get downloaded. Just double click on it. It will ask you for making the changes into your system for the downloading. You have to enable the option of yes. After clicking on the yes, you will get to select the language. We are using the English, so we will click on to the OK, then we will click on to the next, again next, and next. And the whole system will get downloaded. Okay, so here we had done the installation for the R. Click on to the finish. You will get the R on your system. Okay, so that's for the R, but still now we are not using R for any kind of the purpose. It's just for the thing for like how to install the R system. We don't have to go into its console or everything. Once we will get to this, the statistical part for the R, and we'll figure out like how to use that. And then our expert will be hired to teach you that, guys. Okay. So that's the thing for the R. If you will want to download the R Studio, you can go to this link. It is not compulsory to install the R Studio. You can either install only R or install R Studio. Any one of you can install, like any one software can you can install. Just only difference is the R Studio gives a more kind of the user friendly UI as compared to the R console, but there is not much difference in it. You can guys can continue with any of it, so both are the most kind of the same. Okay, so that's for the R. After that, here I had given one link for the Kaggle. So, what's the case? Suppose I want to work on a project in which I want to detect the mails. The I hope that you all guys are familiar with the category that we found in our Gmail. Some mails go into the spam folder and some mails go into the inbox folder. So what's happening is in the backend, Gmail is implementing the algorithm of classification, like whether this mail is spam or whether this mail is ham. So the ham mail will be go to the inbox and the spam mail will be go to the, or you can say the spam folder. But first I want to like give the input to the code. For giving the input to the code, it is not possible for a person like me to gather the so much of the data of the people, which are of course their personal data. I can't use that data to give it to my model. So there is one this website that is the kaggle.com. What is the thing here? Here you can find the data set of any kind of the thing. Like if I want to do the spam ham classification, I will search here for the spam ham dataset. So see, they provided me a lot of datasets. So it is a kind of a platform where you can get the dummy data, or you can say the synthetic data that they had collected, put into the Excel file, and all our files are, you can say, dumped into this Kaggle site. Actually, the Kaggle also provide the notebooks for the installation and implementation of the code. As you see here, here is one option of code. So you can also do the coding in the Kaggle, but it will be a little bit of confusing for everyone. So I suggest you all guys to use the Kaggle only for the purpose of getting the dummy data, because once you all will get working onto the implementation of the algorithms, you have to do the implementation in some kind of the dummy data before proceeding to the original data. So for that dummy data, you can get it through the Kaggle. So Kaggle is a kind of a platform which has a collection of so many kind of the data related to everything, whether it is image, whether it is text or numerical, any kind. So you can download the datasets from here. So see, once I click on this thing, there is a kind of the thing came here. Here is the CSV file. By clicking on this download option, I can download this CSV file and then use it in my Google. So what this CSV file has, it has the category, like so many of the mails are here and they had already given it labels, like whether it is spam or not. So we can use this file, train our model, get the result. If our model are going the good result, then we can go with our real data. So this is the platform where you can get the data sets from. Okay, guys. So that's the thing. If also there is one option of this code. What this code has the notebooks. You can see ready-made notebooks. These notebooks here, they had done the implementation also. They had taken the file, then do the all everything like operations on it, and then predicting it and everything. So these everything you will be working on it. Okay. So these kind of the notebooks also, what you can do, you can make your account here, take the datasets from here, make your notebook into the Google Colab, and also you can upload your notebooks here. So that's the kind of also option that one the Kaggle had given. Okay. So that's the platform for gathering of the, you can say, every kind of the data set that you need, dummy data, synthetic data, in which you can try your code. Okay. So that's the every kind of the software and the things that we will be requiring. So this is the necessary installation command. This will be taught you or will be told you in the future in the next sessions for sure. But these are the basic two commands, that basic three commands that everyone should by heart. Of course, you will once you will get to working on that, like for any kind of the installation, you have to use these commands. It's not necessary that you have to do this, but once you will be working onto the code part, you will undergo or introduction to these kind of the commands. So it's not of that much useful for today's session, but these three commands you should always know for implementation of everything. So that's it for guys today. If anyone have any query related to this, you all can ask me. Again, I am telling you for these links, I will be sharing this PPT onto the Google Drive where you will get the links for it. Go through the links, do the installation, do the setup. That's it. If there will be any problem, confusion, or error you are undergoing, then go through the documentation of each softwares. There is the documentation along with the website that I had shared the link with you. And also, the one thing, guys, once this will be done, please, I will suggest you all, guys, please undergo some kind of the apps that I will be telling, like Chat GPT and Bard, like how to use Chat GPT and Bard. They are not the much difficult tools, you can say. Just you have to sign in and do the chat with that bot. You can ask any kind of the query related to the coding, related to the any issue with ChatGPT and Bard. Why I am telling you this? Because as you guys are implementing these things with your domain, it will be very difficult for you all guys to understand this in the one go. If there will be no one possible or present for you guys at the time of your queries, then these kind of the AI tools are very much useful for you guys to solve any kind of the tech or the non-tech query. So I will suggest you to please sign in into the chat GPT and the bard. Just sign in like you will be signing into the Google Colab. It's not that much difficult. And also, if someone is facing any difficulty related to the coding understanding, syntax understanding in future also, or as I said, like I had observed, like someone is having the installation issue also. If you will ask the chat GPT like how to install the Python, it will also assist you in a kind of the points and guide you like how to install and everything. So I'm not asking to do so much of things. Just log in into these two AI tools. So you all guys will be like you can say connect with the technology that you are going to implement in your domain. Okay. So okay guys, that's it for today. If someone has any query related to the today's session or anything, ask me in the chat box. I will answer you. So no one has any query. See, guys, I know it's a bit of confusing for you all to understand in one go. Okay, okay. So I got one question like how we add datasets to Kaggle. No, no, you don't have to add the datasets to Kaggle. Datasets are present in the Kaggle. So it is a kind of a platform where from where you can get the datasets. You can't upload the datasets into the Kaggle. Okay. So if in future when you will be learning some ML algorithms, so you will be performing some prediction algorithms. So for that thing, you have to perform those prediction algorithms on some kind of the data. You can't use the real data in the one first, you can say first phase. For that thing, you have to use the dummy data, like you can say the synthetic data. That data sets are present onto the Kaggle. So Kaggle is a platform which is a kind of a collection of the data sets where from where you can get download the data sets. You will not be adding the data set to their website. Yeah, I hope I had solved your problem or question. If still there is any confusion, you can ask, I can answer. Okay. Yeah, yeah, sure. There'll be no issue. I know everything will take time for you all to get processed. There will be no issue. Ask any query if you have. We will be available to your guidance, your help. Yeah, everything is new to all of us. I know, I can understand that. There will be no issue. I hope everyone has the Windows in their system and no one is working on the Ubuntu or Linux. Because working on the Ubuntu and Linux will be a bit difficult for you guys. Yes, yes, for sure. You will get the hands-on experience with these models. Once you will get to know like how to use these pre-trained models, you all will be yourself will be so much excited and will try because this is so much fun on trying and to get see the results. Okay, so someone is using the iPad. So I suggest you to switch on to the system or laptop because when you will work on the Google Colab, it will run the GPU in the backend and it will, you can say, the hang your system and create a lot of issue, and heating issue is the first thing that will be came into your path when you will be running the model. So I will suggest you to shift on to the laptop or computer. Okay, so I guess, yeah, sure. You can try everything and we can discuss in the next session for sure. No issue. So I guess after this, the next session will be of the basic Python. But still, before that, if the time persists and you guys want the one more session relating to the any kind of the setup or something related issue, we can conduct it. There will be no problem. I will be taking it, or I will ask someone to take it, but for sure, we will be there to help you. Yeah, so I hope no much questions are there. So RAM is 4 GB and iCore is 3. Try to prefer Windows-based system. Yeah, of course, RAM is very much less. You can't proceed with that RAM. 4 GB RAM won't be supported. Our computers and system had 5. Uh, you do we need the graphic cards? Okay, yes. So this is the question that I'm looking forward. Like if someone will ask, or I was going to clear it for sure. No, you won't be need graphic card for sure. Because GPU is for the high maintenance models. When we are using a model of having so many of layers and kind of millions of data. In my system, I have GPU of about 6 GB because we are training on the very kind of the high models. But in guys, your cases, we don't need GPU. But in case if we will require, I guess 2 GB of GPU is provided by Google Colab itself, free. And still, if we want to use the GPU, we can get some credit by paying on the Google Colab. But till now, according to your requirements, we don't need GPU. Okay, so your RAM is 8 GB and i3 core. Okay, as I said, it will be very much less because 8 GB RAM is very much less for the computational system to run the models, even the pre-trained models of AI. But yes, we can use the 8 GB for the casual thing. I will suggest you to work onto the Google Colab, not onto the VS Code, because Google Colab in the backend use their own CPUs and 2 GB of free GPU. So there will be no issue of that. You can use the Google Colab, no issue if there is the problem of RAM in your systems, because 8 GB of RAM is for the casual computer uses. Minimum 16 GB, 32 GB is required. Minimum 16 should be there. But if you have less than 16, you can use the Google Colab. There will be no problem. Google Colab itself provide a very good of memory for CPUs and GPUs, and now they had also provide the option of the TPUs also for faster processing. So no issue will be there. You will be using the VS Code in the case of the developing only, and developing do not use the GPU things. They works on the CPU, so there will be no issue. So I guess any question, any more questions you guys have? I guess not. So, can we conclude here? Okay, so let's conclude here. And once again, guys, I will be telling you all, just do the installation. Just try to connect the Python with the VS Code step by step. And for the download links, don't worry, I will provide the PPT on the Google Drive. There you will get the direct links to everything. If you have any issue, I'm repeating, refer to the documentation of every software. And still, if you're not getting, try to use ChatGPT, get familiar with it, or I can say play with it. It's a very kind of a wonderful and fun tool you guys can use. It's very useful. So that's it. So, okay, guys, thank you. Let's meet in the next session. Okay, thank you.